Hello, this is Emily Davis doing a screencast for week 3 for Programming for Web Applications 2 class at Full Sail University. I chose to do the Google Maps API. Here we have the Google Developers webpage. We're going to go over to the product directory. There's so many things they have in here. We could spend days looking at all of this. So many different APIs, a couple of Ajax things. I couldn't find any other Ajax specifically, with it in the title on this list. But that's beside the point because we're going to go look at Google Maps. This is the API for Google Maps. They have it for Android, Apple, the web, and different web services, of course. It can do all sorts of things. I use Google Maps every day for work, for deliveries and whatnot. The predictive travel time is, I think, absolutely brilliant. They even color code the predicted travel time and takes into account traffic and all of that, which is cool. That's one of my favorite things. But we're going to look at the Google Maps JavaScript API. This is what lets us embed Google Maps into our websites as just maps, using the imagery with street level and satellite and everything, and of course to calculate directions for us. Some examples of what their code can do with their JSON and JavaScript together. Base maps, of course. This has us in Sydney, which is silly. So we'll go over to where I am. Which is in Texas, right here. This is my playground. I'm mostly in Dallas recently, of course. And they also have some styled maps that throws in some CSS as well, in with their JSON. You can give it all, you can style it any sort of way you want, apparently. You can have a satellite map, which also looks sort of like Google Earth. You can embed directions, like this. Go from Indianapolis to Chicago. You'd have to get there from Texas first, though. It gives variables for, the original longitude, latitude, and calculates, the quickest route. Lets you use the scroll wheel for zooming, which is what this is here. This renders the directions. It gives us that blue line we see here. And this sets our destinations and origins, and the travel mode, which is driving. And then the other demo we have here is markers or dropped or pins, whatever you want to call them. Wherever you click, it takes into account that longitude, latitude, and which is right here, which translates into a spot on the page and drops, again, here's for the scroll to, select a specific area to run that, or to use that latitude, longitude variable. And then it creates a marker and drops a pin.